Hi, today I will be demonstrating how to use your protractor to measure and classify angles. So if you would recall from a previous video, I explained the different types of angles. We have acute, which is greater than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees. We have right angle that equals exactly 90 degrees. An obtuse angle, which is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. And we have a straight angle, which is equal to 180 degrees. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and use this interactive protractor to demonstrate how to use a protractor. When you look at your protractor, you will see at the top, there are numbers that measure your angle going from left to right. And then there's also underneath, in this case, blue, another set of numbers going from 0 degrees to 180 degrees, because remember, a straight angle is 180 degrees. So, and also a semicircle, just throwing that in there. You'll see this little hole on your protractor. What you want to do is you want to put that on top of your vertex. And if you remember, I said a vertex is where your two rays or two segments come together to form an angle. So the angle is what's marked with this arc mark. So we're going to put our vertex, we're going to put this little hole on the vertex. And now what you have to do on either side of the angle, you can either line up the 0 with the black numbers, which are on the top, to match the line of your angle. And once you do that, you'll see the angle is greater than, I'm looking at the black numbers, the ones on the top, because that's where my 0 is at. So as I'm going over, I see it passes 90, and then it looks like it's going to be approximately, it's between 120 and 130. So if I'm counting the little tick marks there, it looks like it's around 122 degrees. I don't know how to put degrees on this, this app, but when you're writing it out, make sure you put your degree symbol. If I wanted to use the other side in blue, I would again make sure that hole is on my vertex, and then I'm going to line this side up with 0. But this time I'm looking at the blue numbers, the ones that are underneath, and I'm following it around until I get to my other side of my angle. So again, I'm between 120 and 130. And if I were to count the tick marks, again, it's 122 degrees. So it just depends which one of the angles that you line up to match your 0 degrees. So let's move on to this one. And I see my arc mark, so I know my vertex is there, and I can just decide which side I want to use to line up my 0. I'm going to use this side, and I see that it is under 90 degrees, so I already know it's going to be acute. And I'm looking at, again, where my where it's on 0. So that means I'm using the top numbers, 21, 22, so about 22. Then we're going to go down. Let's check some more. Now over here, I'm going to align that with the vertex. And now I'm going to use the blue. The blue numbers are underneath. So this one starts with 0. I go around, go around, go around until I see my other angle. And since I'm looking at the blue, it looks like it's exactly 160 degrees. So that's what I'm going to type in here. Moving over to this side, I want to align my vertex. And let's use the black this time. So I'm over here now. I'll line this one up. Notice, see, this isn't on 0. So I'm looking at the one that's on 0, and those are the numbers I'm going to use. I'm going to determine if I'm going to use the top numbers or the bottom based off of where my 0 starts. So 0, 0, I mean, not 0, 0, but 0, and keep going until I get over here. And I see on the top numbers, I'm between 140 and 150. So that's 145, 146, 147. Looks like it's about 147. Again, make sure you use your degree symbol. I am going to do 2 more, and then I will be finished. Taking this, aligning it, that hole, And I'm going to use the blue one this time. So or not. Yeah, here we go. You got to make sure the protractor is right. Okay, so 0. And now I'm going to look at the blue. Keep going until I get to my other, oops, I moved it, sorry. Keep going until I get to my other side of my angle, which is going to be between 80 and 90. It looks like it's around 81. And the last angle that we're going to do, let's try the black again. So that's the top numbers, and I want to align this side with 0. Make sure my vertex is inside of that hole on a protractor, and go around the top until I get to the other side of my angle. So it's between 150 and 160. It's not quite at 155. It looks like it's around 153. So 153 is what I'm going to type in, crossing our fingers. Let's see. I'm going to check my answers. Yay! I got 6 out of 6. So that is how you actually read, not just read, but that is how you use a protractor when you're trying to measure and classify your angles. And again, if I ask you, which I will, to tell me what each one of those angles measure, you would look at this chart, or what type of angle classifying, I should say. So the first one, since it's greater than 90 but less than 180, is obtuse. And the one that's 22 is acute. 160 is also obtuse. So is 147. 81 is going to be acute. And 153 is obtuse. I didn't see any that were exactly 180, which would have been straight. And I did not see any that were exactly 90, which would have been a right angle. But we will deal with some of those in class. Like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.